Okay, so let me see if I have this right. LiAngelo Ball just signed a record deal that'll pay him $13 million. Lonzo is back playing in the NBA after, what was it, like 2 years away? And LaMelo is averaging almost 30 a night? Yeah, Stephen A is going to have to apologize to LeVar. Okay, look, I know everyone's upset that the refs missed an obvious goaltend at the end of Pelicans Mavs, but don't worry. The replay center spent the next 10 minutes figuring out exactly how much time was left on the clock after that blunder, so, like, it is all good. Jamal Murray had 45 points in Denver's win over Dallas because I just know that he saw everyone gushing over Russell Westbrook, and now, oh my God, like, Westbrook is now Jokic's running mate. He was just like, no, it's my job. Still my job. So Paolo Banchero returned from injury and dropped 34 points, but the Magic lost to the Bucks, which prompted ESPN to start salivating because now they could ask the question of, oh, is Orlando actually better without their all-star forward? Which prompted me to look up the quickest ways I can get a lobotomy. Jimmy Butler told Pat Riley to his face that he doesn't want to be in Miami, that he wants to be traded, not going to sign a contract extension. Do you remember when Butler first went to Miami and it was like this match made in heaven? Like, there's literally no player in franchise that's a better fit than Butler and the Heat. Time flies when Pat Riley tells you to shut the hell up. The Suns acquired Nick Richards in a trade with Charlotte, which was a surprise to no one except Yusuf Nurkic, because in Bruno Caboclo-like fashion, he really did believe that he was 2 years away from being 2 years away to helping the Suns figure out this whole mess. Zion returned to the court, threw down a 360 windmill, and he's still playing? At least when he, arrives at the plane on time? Good for him. Anthony Edwards has racked up nearly $300,000 in fines this season, and we're only halfway through, and I think the problem is that someone needs to tell him that giving up that money doesn't help Minnesota's concerns with the second apron. OKC beat Philly, and then they absolutely covered sideline reporter Nick Gallo in towels. And it just had me thinking, I haven't seen someone wrapped up that much since Kobe's farewell tour. One of the most jarring adjustments I've had to make as an NBA fan this season is realizing that the Pistons aren't an automatic win on the schedule. Case in point, okay, so Jalen Green talked trash to a better player in Ja Morant with his team down 10 in the fourth quarter, finished with 42 points, and the comeback victory. That's gotta be one of the greatest accomplishments a player can have. It's certainly gotta be worth more than something stupid like NBA Cup MVP. Scoot Henderson with a career-high 39 points against Brooklyn with 8 threes. Because wouldn't you know that a 20-year-old point guard is sometimes gonna look like trash, and other nights he's gonna look like Steph Curry. Oh my God, Ja finally got his poster jam on Wemby, but the refs had to ruin it by calling a whistle right before. I haven't seen refs ruin anything this much since the 2002 Western Conference Finals. I'm telling you right now, there is nothing more deflating than seeing someone like Anthony Edwards go for 40, be impressed, and then realizing it came against the Wizards. NBA.com's headline said that the Raptors stunned the Warriors this week. Does one really stun the Warriors these days, or do you just beat a middling team that shoots worse from the restricted area than Steph Curry from half court? The Lakers retired Michael Cooper's number 21 jersey in their loss to the Spurs because nothing honors one of the best defenders in NBA history quite like giving up 73 points in the second half. The Jazz beat the Nets by 1 in overtime on an Isaiah Collier game-winning layup, which is something I'd care more about if I was convinced that either organization actually wanted to win that game. The Celtics beat the Pelicans at home by 1 point? Is everything okay in Boston? Hope not. I don't know which is funnier, Trae Young outdoing Kevin Durant or Devin Booker, or Phoenix thinking Bradley Beal was the answer to try and slow down Trae Young. No wonder he had 43 points. Josh Giddey having 13 rebounds and 12 assists in a loss to New Orleans, along with 7 points on 2 of 12 shooting, feels about as on-brand as Chicago sitting firmly in the play-in tournament. Jalen Brunson put up 44 points in a win over Milwaukee because with all the focus on Cat and, getting Mikal Bridges acclimated and all this talk about minutes, even I forget that he could do that kind of stuff. The power of superstardom is very real. Case in point, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane led the way for Memphis with a combined 54 points in the win over Minnesota. But nobody cares because Ja hit the game-winning floater to give him 12 points on 5 of 19 shooting. Okay, I'm going to preface this joke by saying it's really out of pocket, but it's also really funny. The Clippers took down Miami earlier this week, which means someone in LA finally figured out how to beat the Heat. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.